So I'm Kris Mulvihill, work for Eastern Promise in Pendleton, Oregon. And I'd like to talk just about the whole overall program first. Eastern Promise is a collaboration, really, between partners, our higher ed partners in the region, 2 community colleges, and our 4-year university, as well as our Intermountain Education Service District and Malheur. Our ESDs are the glue that holds the program together. And we're in about 40 high schools in the region, and all high schools have access to all of the courses depending on their teacher qualifications in their schools. So there are up to 1 to 2 years of full college available at all of these high schools. Eastern Promise as a whole has 2 overarching goals. 1, to grow a college-going culture in Eastern Oregon, and to increase access to affordable college credit in high school for all students toward degree completion. These college credits cost $31 per credit, and most of the school districts pay for the credit, so it's basically free for the students. We've brought these college credit courses to the high schools, taught by high school teachers, embedded into the high school day, where we actually have students graduating with credits they had no idea they'd amassed so many college credits because it's just in their regular day. Oregon has the lofty goal that by 2025, 40% of Oregonians will have a bachelor's degree or more. The middle 40 would have a 2-year degree or more, and the remaining 20% would have at least a high school graduation, because we know these days students need some sort of post-secondary education in order to be successful and to support themselves. And we know that students who take college credits in high school are much more likely to complete a degree. But you can't wait until high school. It's important to start early. So we started a program called Academic Momentum, and it consists of about 10 lessons per year that the elementary classroom teacher facilitates with their students. They're fun lessons. They're easy to incorporate into the day. In 5th grade, they start with themes of student interest and aptitude. They go on a student field trip to a community college in their area. By 7th grade, they take another field trip to the university, talk about FAFSA, scholarships, and all of the dual credit courses that will be available to them when they get to their high school. And then in 9th and 10th grade, like I said, there are almost 1 to 2 years of college in the high school schedule. And I'll show you a little bit later by high school how I've outlined that, so students, there are no secrets. They know exactly what courses are available toward their graduation and college credit attainment. So as you were talking, Michael, one of our challenges was teacher authorization. And in order to increase access to affordable college credit, we needed more capacity for teachers to offer this college credit. And like many of you, we've had dual credit opportunities or online or going on campus at a college for, years, 20 years going back. But there were few or no offerings at our small schools, and even our larger high schools. There wasn't enough capacity to provide college credit opportunities to all students. Our school sizes are anywhere from 31 students to 1,600 students. So even in the large schools, the college credit opportunities had to be kind of kept secret, because we just didn't have enough teachers to be able to provide it if students knew about which teachers could give both high school and college credit at the same time. So the partners agreed to adjust the initial teacher authorization criteria from a master's degree in subject area, or 20 graduate credits, to a bachelor's degree in a related content. For example, our teachers have a bachelor's degree in biology, let's say, and then they get their master's in education. So they basically have a master's. We also require 3 years of teaching experience and participation in the professional learning community led by the college professor in order to be able to give college credit. So this is a big change that we made with Eastern Promise in order to increase capacity for teachers offering this credit. The partners agreed to adjust the initial teacher authorization criteria. We phased this in over the years. So you can see we started with a pilot in math, added 5 more courses. The next year added 4 more, and then 2 more. And in the last 2 years, we've offered more computer science, but really we've just kept with these core courses. We're missing 5 courses for a full AA degree, And right now we're focused on just getting more students and an equitable demographic balance of students in the courses that are available. You can see in this graph that it shows that the percentage of Eastern Oregon high school students participating in their community college dual credit is higher than the state, and it grows at about the same rate as our increased opportunities did. This is just community college. It doesn't have our four-year university involved also. You can see in 2014 there was 26% of our students participating, but region-wide we actually have 36% of our students enrolled in a college credit class. And to answer a question earlier, this data is based on students who are enrolled in the courses, not necessarily those that passed it. So who are this 36% of the students in Eastern Oregon who are accessing these college credits? You can see here in the Hispanic part, first of all, green is state, black is our overall demographics in the region, and yellow is the Eastern Promise students. In the Hispanic demographic population, we've actually surpassed the opportunity gap. More students identify as Hispanic in our program because they have a college-level skill. They speak, comprehend, and write Spanish. We've developed a Spanish challenge test so students can earn 3 high school credits as well as 12 college credits for the Spanish that they already know. Looking at the free and reduced, someone was asking, are these the same students that could financially or ability-wise be able to afford this program? It is free or a nominal cost for these students, but we do see that the opportunity gap, even for our socioeconomically disadvantaged students, is definitely closing in as well. This graph here has more information than we could possibly go through. I could look at it all day. Just to tell you what you're looking at, I've broken down the last table into subject areas, so you could look to see which subject areas seem to be meeting the opportunity gap better than others. And the red line shows the overall demographics in the region, so you can compare what that opportunity gap is. I'm going to let you digest that at a later time. So not only do students in these programs save time and effort, they don't have to take biology 101, 102, 103 in college if they've taken advanced biology and in that high school course have met college-level proficiency learning outcomes. They earn the college credit when they learn it. So they've saved their time, their effort, as well as a great deal of money. Oregon students graduate with an average of $26,000 in debt. In addition, we have some data now, thank you, REL Northwest, REL, for giving us data that indicates that students who participate in Eastern Promise graduate at a higher rate. Green is the state graduation rate, yellow is Eastern Promise, but many people said, yes, but Eastern Promise, you have the creme de la creme students, so we're comparing apples to apples with high-achieving students who scored in the top 25th percentile on a standardized test. And the Eastern Promise high-achieving students outgraduate their state peers. They go on to college at a higher rate, and they persist at a higher rate at almost 85% success rate, persisting from the fall of their freshman year to the fall of their second year. Some of the strategies that we've used to try to increase the success for underserved students is, like I said, the Spanish credit exam. That's 12 credits of college and 3 credits of high school. I'm going to show you in the next couple of slides a virtual advisor that shows every high school student in our area how to not only graduate, but to find those college classes in their high school in the years that they're available. So there are no secrets. We've taken all the secrets away. The student just has to apply themselves and work hard to pass these rigorous classes. But like I said, those value adds of college graduation, enrollment, and persistence, those are, Michelle can correct me if I'm wrong in a minute. I know she wanted to answer this question. But those are students who have taken these courses. So not necessarily pass them, they still graduate at a higher rate, go on to college, and persist. They've learned how to play the college game better. We've also made 3 high-wage, high-demand career pathways in addition to the Associate of Arts transfer degree. Oregon now has a new placement policy that looks at multiple measures, so we're hoping less students will be placed into developmental education. And then also helping students persist. One of our colleges has gone to online registration, and it's really made the experience much more authentic, and we think our persistence rate may actually go up even further. This slide shows at Stanfield Secondary School, which is a very small school, high population of Hispanic students. In the far left column, you can see where the student can fill in their data, how many credits is the next one. The BMCC AAOT degree requirements, that's what a college calls the courses. But in the middle, you see, what do we call it at my high school at Stanfield Secondary? And then who's the teacher and what college would I ask for my transcripts? So everything put together in one place, no surprises. Who's the teacher? What's it called at my high school? And the information that this table is missing is when can I take these courses? So we made a virtual advisor that goes from 9th grade to 14th grade, telling students how to take 9th grade courses to graduate, but anything that's bold is also a college credit course. So they can plan, we give this to 5th graders, so they can look and say, okay, these are the courses I'm going to take when I'm in high school, so that means I need to be passing my math now so that I can take advantage of these courses later. And families can use this as a financial planning as well to say, okay, if you're on track, your junior, senior year is basically your college. You might get a year. Some of our students are graduating with a full AAOT. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kris. That was awesome. I think what we'll do right now is just, we had some questions, and if we could start with asking you, Kris, about how Eastern Promise was able to get around the teacher authorization. We had several questions about that. So how did you work with your post-secondary institutions to negotiate that?
We started with our previously authorized dual credit teachers that were in the high school already offering these credits. And then I guess we just pointed out the fact that, you know, they're in the high schools, they're already providing this, and our data showed that students were able to take these courses, and I guess just getting the people in the room, it took 2 years of weekly phone calls of the college professors, the superintendent at the ESD, talking about this, saying, are we going to have a placement test that keeps kids out? Are we going to let them try to take the class and meet these outcomes throughout the course? So I think just really having partners willing to talk about it and have an open mind and looking at the data saying this is what's right for our kids, and a degree does not necessarily make a strong instructor. And if we get these teachers together on a regular basis with the college faculty, they can outline exactly what the students need to learn and have ongoing communication to make sure that those students are actually meeting those outcomes. And does that answer it?
Yeah, I think we had several questions also about if you ran into any union issues, like the community college union, just a lot of questions around the teacher's authorization.
Yeah, I read this one about the unions. In Oregon, we have replication. It's called Eastern Promise Replication Grants, so hundreds of thousands of dollars have been given to the other areas in Eastern Oregon, and actually I think we have Northwest listening today, and I don't know if Sarah Pope can talk. But we're continually working with our community colleges because it is difficult for the professors to have so many changes going on, and it is a little bit threatening. But we have seen also in a doubling of the students going to our local community college if they've participated in any kind of this college credit. So let's say a student went to Eastern Oregon University or took a class from Eastern Oregon University in Eastern Promise, they're twice as likely to go to Blue Mountain Community College than a student who didn't take an Eastern Promise course. So we tried to alleviate some of the concerns that the college professors had, saying this will increase your enrollment, and we now have data that supports that is exactly true.
Okay, thank you so much, Kris, and on all the presenters.